Una Vajagic starts us from State College. And the first tip for Penn State is from Maggie Mendelson. You ask for the middles to be involved, and they get involved right away.
It's so important for Addie Lyon, the setter for Penn State, to get the middles going, but also continue their involvement. Yes, it's good to establish them, but making sure she's going to them throughout the match.
Mendelson, second year starting middle for Penn State, part of the national championship team from last year. That was the first set for Addie Horner. It results in a kill from the middle for Wisconsin. She took over for Charlie Furbringer last match, a sweep over Michigan. Played very well. The block has been a big part of Wisconsin's success this year, and Penn State's gonna need to clean that up tonight.
Especially with Mimi Collier over on the left side. Yes, she's good offensively and defensively in the backcourt, but her hands are second to none. A very disciplined player all around.
Kristen Simon serving for Wisconsin. 2 straight for the Badgers. And Amy Selman rolls it down to even us at 2. We've seen Selman at times. Alexis Ewing has rotated quite a bit recently, especially in the Maryland match that Penn State won in 5 sets. Service error gives the lead right back to the Badgers. Middle Mendelson. And here's Mimi Collier. Denied by Penn State's block. She rarely gets blocked, and the Nittany Lions have some early momentum.
What that play does is give Penn State a lot of juice, something to feed off of. That's something in their last match against Nebraska that was few and far between for this Penn State team. So getting the crowd involved in it early is massive.
They worked on the block so much this week. Good start there. And Andrew sends it long. Penn State jumps out in front, 4-3. Serve for Jillian Grimes, the outstanding libero, maybe the best in the Big Ten. Another block for Penn State.
Getting big blocks like this completely fuels your defense and fuels your team. Really good read from Juravicius. One of the reasons why she's in that starting position. She provides a lot of length and good discipline up front.
Brings a lot of fire to the team as well. Collier going cross court, attack, error. Bit of a shaky start for Wisconsin on the offensive side. Kelly Sheffield anxious to see how his team would react. Needing to adjust. Grimes got the dig. Here comes Juravicius, swings it down.
Crafty swing from Caroline Juravicius up front, identifying where the block was. Really smart shot to turn her shoulders the other way and just go completely right off of it.
Right off the side of the freshman, Addie Horner, first career start in place of the All-American Charlie Furbringer, who's injured. Good recovery for Ava Falduto, going down the line, a little bit long, and Wisconsin stops the Penn State run.
Horner's not one that you want to target on the block because she's big up front.
Yeah, more of a physical presence, could get involved in the attack a little bit more as well. Juravicius denied. Second swing, got it this time.
Something about big matches makes Caroline Juravicius just play better and better. We saw what she did last season against Nebraska in their 2 wins. Big for Penn State to get her going.
Going to be talking a lot about Addie Horner tonight. There's an ace for Penn State to push the lead to 9-4.
What Penn State is doing well is keeping the ball in play, but also staying aggressive. This is a tough hybrid serve coming from Kennedy Martin. Has some funky spin on it. Really difficult to do with a passer.
Oh, she goes straight at Anaya Ward. Bit of a fortunate break, but 2 aces in a row for Martin. Knocked him out of the NCAA tournament a couple of times recently as well, but with a desperate Penn State team.
For Penn State, they're trying to find some momentum after dropping the last 2 of 3.
Even with the injuries, still more experienced than Wisconsin. There is Martin flying downhill, almost impossible to stop.
Martin is so difficult in the front court, but especially in the back court as well, because Penn State moves her around. In this rotation, she's coming through middle back. Sometimes you'll see her out of right back. Wisconsin's blockers have to identify where Martin is at all times to make sure they have 2 blockers up.
And the emotion of Juravicius right in her ear.
She's like, I already know it's loud in here. You don't have to add to it.
Yeah. Fueling her teammate. Jocelyn Nathan serving. And Mimi Collier splits the block. They need to establish her early tonight.
Because they have so many good weapons all the way around. She gets a lot of kind of junk sets.
Yep, the kill for Vajic. Martin downhill from the back row again.
3 blockers up this time for Kennedy Martin, and she still finds a way around it.
Their efficiency from the back row is stunning.
Yeah.
As Penn State grows the lead to 13-6.
Where that player is, where they're hitting from, and then try to find a way to stop it.
And Madison Quest picks up the kill. Freshman who has moved into the rotation.
What I love about her, she's just up for the challenge. Kelly Sheffield told us that, he said, wherever we need her, we can play her. He said, I might even just say, hey, go play center or middle, and she'd be fine with it.
Martin goes cross court, and Penn State doubles up Wisconsin.
Another beautiful swing from Kennedy Martin. This is what makes her so tough. She brings so much power. Even with that double block, great vision to find the way around it and rip it.
Third kill for Martin tonight.
And all those kills for Martin have come from the back row. Mirroring how the men's game was, getting that additional attacker as Wisconsin gets that ace.
We'll see if that continues to be a theme for Martin. Off the Simon ace, in system for Penn State. Selma denied, and Wisconsin with the block crawls within 4.
And Mimi Collier doing a really nice job on the left side, getting those hands wrapped around. Watch the finish of her left hand. She makes sure to not only get it in a good spot, but bring it back into the court so it goes straight down.
Third straight serve for Simon. Martin with the off speed. Showing every shot so far.
Really smart decision for Martin as well, because Addie Horner, the freshman setter who's filling in for Wisconsin's playing back row, not as good defensively as a setter like Charlie Furbringer. Really smart decision to test out how good she is and if she can pick those kind of off speeds up.
All her teammates rave about how unflappable she is, has the perfect personality for this situation. Nobody is going to stop that from Martin.
5 for 5 right now. Kennedy Martin is hitting bullets, doing it from the front and the back row. It's one thing to get your block in a good place. The backcourt, though, has to dig around it. When she's going over, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but you got to dig in back there.
And a bump set over to Collier. Grimes was there for the cleanup. Juravicius down the line and out. Martin tried to make it 6 for 6. Vajic blocked. Penn State's block, non-existent the last 3 matches, has shown up in the first set.
Yeah, coming into this match, Penn State is one of the worst blocking teams in the Big Ten. They haven't found that rhythm. But one thing Katie Schumacher-Colley said was the focus of this week was blocking, getting those hands in good positions and working really well from pin to middle.
Good serve receive for Anaya Warren. Back row, it is Collier. And right back to Wisconsin. Collier again. Sends it long, wanted a touch. Wisconsin doesn't get it. May ask for a challenge here. Really haven't seen this type of stretch for Collier all season. Now Wisconsin out of sorts. Juravicius blocked. Big rejection for Wisconsin as they try to claw back in the first.
Addie Horner might just be a freshman and new to the starting lineup for Wisconsin, but she is a big physical presence up there. She's 6'3", long arms, good hands, not someone you want to test out on the block.
Another freshman, Natalie Wardschlow, ready to serve. On the slide, hop cross court. Horner races to it. Tip from Vajic. And Penn State goes into the net. Point Wisconsin. So Wisconsin hanging around against Katie Schumacher-Cawley's team. Horner's got a nasty serve. Good bounce off the tape. Collier the dig. Selman race to it. Bump set for Martin. Goes long. And now Wisconsin within 4 again. Even with Wisconsin hitting a negative percentage, Penn State over 300, they're still in it. Martin gets a touch from Collier. Looked like it was going out, but Penn State reaches the red zone.
Wisconsin's defense needs to continue to stay deep on Kennedy Martin because she's not hitting straight down. She's going for the back third of the court, going for touches off of the block. Wisconsin's defenders in the back row need to stay about 2 or 3 steps back.
Overpass. Oh, Vajagic got it. Chance for Wisconsin to steal one here. Nearly did. Popped up somehow. Big touch from Nathan. In the middle, Booth. Great defense from Penn State again. Collier got to it. West, tip. And Martin sends it out. What a rally.
That's the kind of defensive intensity that you expect out of a Wisconsin-Penn State battle. Both sides laying out for it. Mimi Collier in the back row for Wisconsin. A beautiful one-handed up. Leads to a good transition play for the Badgers.
Vajagic goes short. Right back to Mendelson. Scrambling, Collier. Nathan out back was able to clean it up. Selman denied. Wisconsin within 3. In danger on the road here in set 1 against the Nittany Lions because of Kennedy Martin. That is her 7th kill.
Wisconsin has really struggled against Kennedy Martin's back row attack, really all around, but specifically in the back row, she has been completely dominant. Penn State's moving her around really well, even though there's 2 blockers up just out of position.
6th nationally in kills per set. Mimi Collier, who's first for Wisconsin, has none. Addie Lyon with the dig. And Simon reciprocates. Here's Collier. Now it's Martin, goes roll shot. Simon dives for it. It is tight and out of bounds.
Well, Kennedy Martin has so much power, but she's also really developed those other shots to where you expect the power, but then she can also get you short.
I have no clue how Grimes got that ball. And there's the first kill for Mimi Collier.
This is why Jillian Grimes is so good, because there's so many plays that make your jaw drop. You think the ball is down, but Grimes is just in a good spot. She's phenomenal at reading around the block to make those digs look nearly impossible, but gets them up.
Penn State out of system, no problem for Martin, who terminates for her 9th kill, make it her 8th.
And a really good up by Kristen Simon, the libero for Wisconsin. Just players not kind of calling who's going to take that second ball.
Martin and Penn State within 2 of a set 1 win. Back set for Quest, goes off speed. She is more than just a 2-shot freshman. Wisconsin down 4. Martin has off speed for her 9th kill of the set.
Another miscommunication on Wisconsin's side. The ball falling right in front of 2 players. Really well placed by Martin behind the block.
Set point. Tip is blocked. Collier tries again. Another outstanding defensive play. Faldudo got it. Collier is long, and Wisconsin got a touch with it. Still alive. Now Collier serving. 2nd set point for Penn State. Who else but Kennedy Martin? 10 kills in 1 set. Break her career high of 34 that she had against UCLA in this building just a couple of weeks ago. Carter Booth starts out Wisconsin on the right foot here in set 2, looking for a big response.
It looked a little bit better as the set went on, but from the gate's really important.
And for a young team, bunch of newcomers, maybe it is the lone returner Booth who guides them back. Horner, the freshman setter, feeds Collier. Collier with just a couple of kills in the first set. What a dig for Simon off the big Martin swing. Right back to Martin, goes roll, Horner there. And Collier finds the floor, her first kill of the second set.
Kristen Simon, the libero for Wisconsin, does not get talked about enough. She's a freshman and has been phenomenal all season long. And digs like this have happened consistently. Beautiful ups and then an awesome out-of-system alter outside for the kill.
Second straight season for Wisconsin with a freshman starting libero after Lola Schumacher last year, transferred to UCLA. Simon not able to engulf it that time, and Penn State has its first point.
Penn State's just continuing to stay aggressive against Wisconsin.
Kelly Sheffield getting ready to look over some notes. Madison Quest. And it looks like Wisconsin a little bit too far. Sheffield continues to pour over the notes. And Quest leaves no doubt about that one going down the line.
That's the first hard hit swing that we've seen from Madison Quest today. Would love to see her continue to take big swings like that. When you have younger players taking big rips, it changes the momentum for your team because it gets you a little bit more excited from players you don't typically see that from.
These young players, so businesslike, so mature. Sometimes Kelly Sheffield wants them to show a little bit more emotion and fire. Those big swings can help.
Really great job, especially Kennedy Martin, setting this one up.
Grimes going deep. Wisconsin, the best serve-receive team in the Big Ten. Penn State's brought the pressure, though. Martin off the top of the block, and Simon can't reach it. Those are our biggest Big Ten plus fans in the country.
Hey, why wouldn't you be? You can throw a quad box on there, watch as many games as you want.
Emily is going to be all over it tomorrow, we promise. Martin with 11 kills tonight, make it 12.
Kennedy Martin is just making it look easy. Almost every swing that she's had, she's either going up and over the block or clipping hands and it's falling down. Her vision is so good to see where the blocker's hands are and just go around it.
That versatility and athleticism at 6'6" is just a nightmare to defend. Let's see if they go to her again. No, it's the middle and hop, a little out of sorts. Collier trying to get on track. Juravicius waiting, pounding for the kill.
Big swing from Juravicius outside. Good ball pushed all the way out to the tape. She has that option to rip it right down the line. Even with an attacker or defender back there rather in a good position, it's gotten really too much power.
We were interested to see how Juravicius would respond today after not even playing last match against Maryland.
Juravicius right now looks pretty decent in terms of point scoring, 3 kills already.
Searching for answers in their toughest road match so far this year. Collier had the scramble. In system, Juravicius the push, Warren the dive. And pounding Vajagic.
Good transition play for Wisconsin. Anaya Warren, the freshman DS, coming in. Beautiful flying up off of a kind of awkward push from Juravicius, but a really good play allowed that offense to roll.
Warren with another fabulous dig, and it drops.
Almost taken out her outside after that one. I don't know if Vajagic got a hand on that. That might have been a pass kill from Warren.
I think it was.
Take a look at it. Great up from Warren. I don't think she got a touch on that.
Her first career kill. Overpass. Horner goes offensive. Martin was there. Juravicius denied, and Wisconsin has momentum now.
This is a block for Wisconsin with Booth and Horner combined. You got 6'7" alongside 6'3". Not a matchup that Nittany Lions wants to try to exploit on Penn State side. Maybe move it elsewhere, go to Martin in the back row.
A little bit cleaner setup that time for Horner. Penn State's gone at her in the block a couple of times. Jurevicius cross court. Dig for Wardslow. And got double contact on Wisconsin pushing over. Booth out of the middle. She had the first kill for Wisconsin this set, and that's her second.
Really smart play from Booth. We've seen a few tips and throws from her that have been really effective. Doesn't always have to be that hard hit shot. Sometimes that off speed gets it done.
Her dad, Calvin, played here in this building. 1995 inside rec hall for the Penn State men's basketball team. And Booth performing well where Pops used to play. Penn State up by 2 now. Booth again, friendly bounce off the tape.
That's why it's so important when Carter Booth is in the front row that the setter gets her going, because she hits at such an efficient clip. She's at 400 in terms of hitting efficiency on the year. Really important to get the ball in her hands when she's in.
4 kills, 571 tonight. Quest with 5 to lead the way for Wisconsin. Mendelson pushes down. Booth again, she is finding that donut consistently.
And it's really a smart decision, because when Booth is up front hitting a quick attack, meaning it's right in the center of the court next to the setter, it's so fast, it doesn't give the defense time to set up before she's releasing that tip. So as you can see, the wing defenders coming off the block are just not ready for it.
Selman touches up, Grimes races over. And Martin can't get a touch, point Wisconsin. Last NCAA tournament appearance, 2010. Steve Aird has done a terrific job with that program. And a big match with Purdue coming up in Indianapolis next week. Martin, just inside of the back line, and that is her 13th kill.
Nittany Martin is so difficult to read. Sometimes her shoulders will tell you one thing and then she'll hit it another way. In this rotation, it looked like she was going to take this cross court facing to the right, but then brings her arm down across her body for a line shot.
Kelly Sheffield said, what makes hitters special, when everyone knows the ball's going to them and they still pick up kills, as Wisconsin ties it at 12.
She's only got 3 kills hitting negative right now.
Why do you think she's struggling?
I think the biggest thing is she just looks a little bit uncomfortable with the defense. We're seeing her make errors that we typically haven't seen all year, hitting straight down, trying to go up and over blocks in error. Just not the same confidence that we typically see from Collier, who's averaging well over 5 kills a set to lead the nation. We're looking for a touch here, so if it's going off any fingertips, looks like that middle finger of Kennedy Martin.
After
for Wisconsin so far.
Reverse, there's a touch on the block. Point to Wisconsin, they retain their challenge.
Quest serving and pounding down, it's Mendelson.
The connection between Nittany Lions and Mendelson has been phenomenal all night. She's second kill leader right now for Penn State. Any good ball when 44 is up front is going her way. A good finish, bearing up where she's attacking this ball. That time, quick right behind the setter.
I'll leave it at 13. Martin rises, rolls, blocks right back to her.
Smart decision for Martin to go up and take a roll shot with a well-formed block in front of her, but if you're gonna roll shot, you gotta go up with it just a little bit more to drop it down. Good finish from Collier to bring it back.
There's lack of execution there, something we've rarely said about Kennedy Martin tonight. Grimes will set it up, and Jurevicius has the kill.
Jurevicius getting that done with power, just barreling right through the block. She's got so much strength in that shoulder. Anytime she gets a good look in or out of system, off a beautiful set from Grimes, just ripping that one.
4 kills now for Jurevicius. You said it, she is a big game player. You think back to last year against Nebraska, the best 2 matches of her career, including that Final Four match.
It's really fun to watch Jurevicius come out in some of these big matches and just have that mindset of attack, attack, attack. That's the kind of mindset that you want on your team, especially with a player that's that fiery and can get people going.
Here comes Hop off the slide, and we're even at 15.
Jordan Hopp doesn't get a lot of looks every single match, but when she does, she's been really efficient with it. She's hitting over 300 on the year so far. That's a lot in due part because Nittany Lions did a nice job of getting her going in system and having that connection looking good.
Been a nice fit for Penn State. Barely played last year. This is her first season with Penn State, really getting to play a lot after transferring in from Iowa State. Booth's push is pushed right back.
Really well-formed block by the Nittany Lions. That set just a little bit too low for Horner. Because Carter Booth has such a high contact point, that ball needs to be just a little bit higher for her to have full extension and take a big swing on the ball.
Service error for Penn State. That is the 6th for the Nittany Lions already. Another reason that Wisconsin has been able to hang around.
And back-to-back service errors on Penn State's side. They got to play a little bit cleaner. So that was one of the reasons why they've struggled lately in matches like UCLA and Nebraska.
Attack errors, service errors, just hasn't been very clean for Penn State as they try to find their identity. Quest looking for a touch, and she got it. Madison Quest with her 6th kill to lead Wisconsin.
Smart decision for Wisconsin because Penn State has a shorter blocker on the right side, just 5'9". Good decision for Quest, just going right over it.
Comes from a Wisconsin family. Her dad, Matthew, played men's basketball. Mom, Pauline, played for the volleyball team under John Cook in the 90s. And Kennedy Martin with the sledgehammer.
Beautiful swing for Martin coming out of the back row. Really smart decision in this 2-hitter rotation because you got a middle in front of the setter as well as an outside. And you always have that outlet of Martin back there when the setter's up.
Wherever she is on the court, in system, out of system, Martin will make it look easy. And a Penn State ace to go up by 2.
Really important after missing the last 2 serves on the back line. Penn State goes back there, hits a bullet. Good one from Lyon. Really nice job targeting the seam right between the libero and Collier.
Lyon again off the ace. And goes long this time. Last 2 years at St. Louis, first 2 seasons at Mizzou. Came into the year expecting to be the backup to Izzy Stark before she stepped away due to mental health reasons a month ago. Now it's Lions team. Reload for Martin. Cross court and out. And Wisconsin has tied it up.
Wisconsin is staying in this set right now because of a lot of Penn State errors. We've seen multiple service errors, a lot of hitting errors as of late. And Wisconsin got their offense going just a little bit more than we saw set 1.
Yep, a little bit cleaner. 182 set 1, 280 for Kelly Sheffield's team in the second. Martin got full throttle into that one.
Especially toward the end of sets, expect both sides to go to their go-to attackers. That's always Kennedy Martin for Wisconsin, or for Penn State rather. And for Wisconsin, even though Collier's been struggling this match, they'll still go to her late in sets.
Approaching the red zone, Penn State in it now. We'll see if Collier can help Wisconsin rally, trailing 1 set to 9. Here is Collier. Sent right back by Faldudo. And Martin rifles it down. Great environment for the whiteout. Penn State up 1-0, up by 2 in the second, and now up by 3 after the attack error.
That's a big point to the way of Penn State. They're going to continue to keep pressure from the service line. So important right now in this rotation for Wisconsin. They have to find a way out of it. You got Collier outside, Andrew in the middle. I'd still go Collier outside.
Let's see who they go to. Horner, middle, Andrew, it's in.
A good play. We haven't seen Alicia Andrew be too effective tonight. That's just her first kill, still hitting in the negatives. That really shows how much trust Horner has in not only Andrew, but also the confidence in her ability to set Andrew this ball late.
The Baylor transfer alongside Booth. They've been active in the middle. A critical service error for Wisconsin. Just can't have that in the red zone. Grimes for Penn State. Up top, Collier blocked and out. This would be a heck of a time for Mimi Collier to find her rhythm.
Especially now that Collier's in the back row. Look for Wisconsin to get her going back there. Kennedy Martin in the front for Penn State.
And Collier serving. Martin in the front, nobody can dig that.
Big swing from Martin in a massive moment. Does a great job identifying the block and hitting it with power.
Penn State to go up 2 sets. Off a rip, Warren somehow got it up. Jura Vicious, blocked it out. She said there's something about big matches that brings out the best in her, especially on the road, but she'll take it at home. Penn State has the first point off a service error.
And also find a way to get Mimi Collier going. Get her some better looks.
It is tight to the net, and a little too far into the net for Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield asking about the call. And they'll take a look.
Wisconsin is challenging. There was a net fault prior to the back row block.
When Horner made contact with it, did the net for Penn State come before or after
review,
that?
the call is confirmed. The back row block was before the net. Penn State wins the point. Wisconsin loses the challenge.
All the adversity to start this season, all of the ranked losses so far this year, 4 home losses. On the verge of taking down a top 10 team, up 3-0 in a deciding set 3. We got a test in adversity school. Major test tonight. We'll see how they answer. And Quest has the first point for the Badgers.
Good shot for Madison Quest. We've seen her go to this roll shot as well as tipping all night long. Doing a nice job of putting it just exactly where the Penn State defenders aren't.
A reminder, playing opposite for the first time in her career, at least in the starting lineup. She's rotated to both pins at times tonight. Out of the back row, it is Vajagic, 2 straight for Wisconsin.
Smart decision right here, going to Vajagic. We have 2 pin attackers, but also 1 through the middle, as the front row middle wasn't exactly ready to get back with how fast it was.
Vajagic serves. And a punch over from Mendelson. Simon got to it first. Collier. Another dig for Grimes. Touch for Martin and down.
Everything Kennedy Martin does just turns to gold. It doesn't matter if it's a power shot or an off speed. Everything she's doing, she's finding ways for that ball to hit the floor. We haven't seen this much versatility as well from Martin up until this season, and she's really developed it as this year has gone on. For the last 2 years, she was all power all the time.
Her defense has gotten better as well, become a much more well-rounded player with Penn State. Grimes with an up, but hits the drum in not the right direction. Great effort.
Yep, one thing about those Penn State littles, they will chase a ball down no matter where it goes. Love that hustle from Jillian Grimes to get there, get a touch on it. Just not quite able to bring it back.
You can tell they're flying around with confidence, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mendelson with a late reach. Now an awkward shot from Vajagic. Nothing is awkward for Martin. Dig for Horner. Collier off the top. Martin again. Blocked him down. Martin rarely gets blocked, but Wisconsin established that time.
And that's a play that Wisconsin has to feed off of. Get those high momentum plays, because what that does is it gives you confidence on your side. And you've been struggling throughout this match, as the Badgers have, down 0-2. They need high momentum plays.
Martin has been blocked 4% of her swings this year. Rarely see it. Quest. Collier with a sharp roll, and Wisconsin leads in the third. Collier up to 5 kills now. But a tough night. And sent right back by Andrew, who was on the job. Wisconsin up by 2. Hasn't been clean with Mendelson in the middle of this set. Martin tried to roll it, blocked for a second straight time. Line drive is out, but it was touched.
Wisconsin is challenging that there was no touch on the play.
When you have players injured like Charlie Furbringer shown right there.
Touch. Point to Wisconsin. They will retain their challenge.
Back to Penn State here. Second swing for Juravicius. And out. Wisconsin doubling up Penn State early in the third.
Juravicius really testing that line shot out tonight. Just missing a little bit wide. Really smart decision, though.
Last time on the court for Juravicius, 0 kills against Nebraska in a sweep. Scrambling defensively. Simon got it up. Here comes Penn State. And Martin with pure power to send it down.
Wisconsin had done a good job handling Martin up until that point. That's her second kill of this set. But a few good block touches early. Martin's not going to want that anymore. She's going to continue to bring it.
19 kills now, hitting a measly 412. And Quest continues to be steady Eddie on the right side for the Badgers.
I'm really impressed by Madison Quest. She's leading the Badgers right now with 9 kills. Doing it wildly efficiently, hitting over 450.
And will serve it away with the Badgers up 4. Wisconsin going for its 11th straight win, trying to stay undefeated in Big Ten play. Down 2-0. A push shot, and Wisconsin looks a lot more comfortable here in the third set.
What a smart decision from Vajagic, seeing which blockers were helping out on that attack, going right where that help block was coming from.
Juravicius with another kill in the third. She's got the size and the physicality to be a great blocker, but Penn State's gone at her quite a bit tonight. Vajagic from the back row. Pass right back to Wisconsin. Sliding Andrew, and it's out down the line.
It's a really great job of being locked in, going around the block, and being able to play outside your body.
Valdudo with 6 digs, Grimes with 8 for Penn State. Set up from Lyon, and hot pinballs it down.
Kennedy Martin on a bit of a service run back there. Wisconsin has pulled 4 passers back now trying to defend it. They've got to find a way to side out quicker. Penn State is really good in long rallies.
Shorter float serve. Collier full throttle. It is out. Just we rarely see it. Against a great passing team in Wisconsin. Best in the Big Ten so far. Jurevicius rifles down.
Here comes Penn State, 5-0 scoring run. Everybody getting involved in this offense. During a match like this in a whiteout in front of thousands of Penn State fans, you cannot give this crowd and that team any momentum because it's going to be difficult to come back if Penn State continues this.
And Martin going for that hybrid serve, a little bit harder to try and continue the run, but it's out. Back row, Martin. 20 kills.
20 kills, and we're not even through 3 sets already. Kennedy Martin is absolutely unreal. Wherever she is on the court, Lyon is finding her. She's finding a way to score.
Making her case to be National Player of the Year this season. Miscommunication. Wisconsin is out of sorts right now. Wisconsin did get revenge in December, beating Penn State in the Sweet 16 that year. Difficult to beat Penn State in this building, even for a great team like Wisconsin. Bayagich has it tapped back down by Hop, having none of it.
This is a point in the set where you can tell that these Penn State players are feeling themselves, celebrating a little bit harder and going a little bit extra, putting in to every single point. Wisconsin's got to flip it right now, otherwise this match could be over.
One of the youngest teams that Kelly Sheffield has ever coached. On the ropes here in set 3. And Wardrow crosses the line on the serve.
Honestly, on a good pass, I'm giving everything to Booth right now, but anything maybe out of system, give it to Collier.
That went to Bayagich and it didn't work. Penn State's block has been huge tonight.
7 blocks now for Penn State, and this is a Nittany Lions team where they've really struggled defensively all year. That block is not something that's been effective and hasn't turned on. This is one of the first matches that we're seeing it really come alive.
And not just the number, but the timing of it as well. Big moments. Simon sends it back. Sliding, Mendelson rises and rocks.
Teams like that have been doing really, really well. So every match is tough in the Big Ten. Doesn't matter who you're playing.
Illinois, a big win at Purdue. UCLA stunned Penn State here inside of Rec Hall. And Wisconsin is figuring out really quick that they have for a while the difficulty of a match in this building.
Especially when you have this kind of environment. This is only something that Penn State does once a year, the whiteout, where they have thousands of fans here, all wearing white, cheering so hard against the opposing team. It's really difficult to find your bearings and keep that.
Collier with an attack error, just an off night for the nation's leader in kills per set. Down by 6, and any kind of comeback has got to start now. Another attack error as it hits the antenna. 19-12 Penn State. In as difficult of a spot as they've seen all season. Up top for Bayagich, who rolls it down.
And finally, Wisconsin able to get something going offensively, even in an out-of-system broken play. Gonna have to start stringing together points and get a bit of a run going.
How much do you feel like the Charlie Furbringer injury has affected them tonight?
I don't think the offense has looked completely pitiful. I think Horner's doing a good job of distributing it, but they just haven't had some players step up that normally do, like Collier, who is just kind of having an off night.
And Booth with a couple of touches there. Penn State into the red zone. Grimes one-handed stab and it's out, 20-14. Penn State still cruising at this point. Martin a long push. She has had every shot tonight.
21 kills already for Kennedy Martin, and we're not even through 3 sets. That's, if my math is right, over 7 kills a set right now for Martin, who's averaging about 5.
Would be Penn State's first sweep in a long time. Your math is definitely right.
Nice.
Didn't even have to break out the calculator. And Wisconsin with another error, 22-14 Penn State. Yeah, Wisconsin was up 8-4.
Yeah.
5-0 run changed everything. And Collier still trying to fire her teammates up. That's just her 7th kill. Looks like it's going to be a big match against Maryland coming up for Wisconsin on Sunday on the road. If this result does hold, trying to bounce back.
And that's a Maryland team that took Penn State to 5 last weekend, too, so it's not easy to play the Terps.
No, not in that building either, very loud. Penn State scrapping. Collier goes long and got a touch. Little hesitation at first from our up ref, Tony Chan, but Wisconsin's point.
I think the crowd was a little bit confused, too,
Yes.
on that one. A really good, precise kill from Collier, who's starting to come alive. It's just a little bit late for the Badgers.
8 kills, hitting a shade above 0. Mendelson. And it lands out. Some TNT from the middle. 23-16. Penn State 2 points away.
Penn State looking as good as we've seen them all season. Balanced offense here in this 3rd set. Lions getting everyone going. You love how fired up this team is as well, too.
Playing with confidence all night. Horner just backpedaling into it. Martin through the block. It is match point on whiteout night for the Nittany Lions. And then he's to end it. A whiteout blowout. And Penn State has its signature win.